If you're one of the millions of Americans still receiving Social Security checks in the mail, I have some shocking news that could affect your next payment. At the end of this month, the federal government is making a massive change that will permanently eliminate paper Social Security checks. But that's not all. They're also ending paper letters and notices too. If you don't act fast, you could miss your benefits entirely. In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what's happening, who will be affected, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to make sure you keep receiving your Social Security payments without interruption. I'll also expose the scams that are already targeting people during this transition and show you how to protect yourself. Plus, I'll reveal what this really means for the future of Social Security and why this is just the beginning of much bigger changes coming. Welcome to Financial Area, where we keep you informed about the money changes that matter most to your financial security. If this information helps you protect your benefits, please hit that like button and subscribe for more crucial financial updates that could save you thousands of dollars. Let's dive right into this urgent situation that's happening whether you're ready or not. Right now, as I'm recording this video, the Social Security Administration is implementing the most significant payment change in decades. At the end of this month, they are completely eliminating paper checks for all Social Security payments. This isn't a gradual phase out, this is a hard stop. No more checks in your mailbox, no more trips to the bank to deposit your Social Security payment. It's over. But here's what makes this even more shocking. It's not just about the monthly payment checks. The SSA is also planning to eliminate all paper communications. That means your SSA 1099 tax statements, your cost of living adjustment notifications, your award letters, benefit change notices, application confirmations, and even letters about replacement Social Security cards. All of these will soon only be available electronically through their online portal. The only thing they'll still mail you is your actual Social Security card itself. Everything else is going digital, and they're moving fast. Now, you might be wondering why this is happening so suddenly. The answer comes down to money, specifically the government trying to save money. The Department of Government Efficiency has been pressuring federal agencies to cut wasteful spending, and the SSA is responding by eliminating what they see as expensive, outdated processes. Think about it. Every paper check costs money to print, process, and mail. Every letter requires paper, printing, envelopes, and postage. When you multiply that by millions of beneficiaries every month, we're talking about massive expenses. The government wants to eliminate these costs by forcing everyone into electronic systems. But here's what they're not talking about openly. This move affects real people who depend on these paper checks and letters. And some of these people are the most vulnerable members of our society. So who exactly is going to be hit by this change? Well, the good news is that most Social Security beneficiaries won't feel any impact at all. If you already receive your Social Security payments through direct deposit into your bank account, absolutely nothing changes for you. Your payments will continue exactly as they always have. The people who need to take immediate action are those still receiving paper checks in the mail. Now, this might seem like a small group, but we're still talking about millions of Americans who prefer or need to receive physical checks. But there's a deeper issue here. This change particularly impacts some of our most vulnerable populations. I'm talking about homeless individuals who may not have reliable access to the internet or even a permanent mailing address. Disabled beneficiaries who might struggle with online systems, people who don't have bank accounts, and yes, there are millions of Americans who are unbanked, and older adults who simply aren't comfortable with digital technology. Here's a real-world example that shows how serious this can be. There are people who choose to live entirely on cash, not because they're doing anything wrong, but because they don't trust digital payment systems. Some of these folks don't even have debit or credit cards. Now imagine what happens to them when their Social Security check disappears and they're forced into electronic payments. This problem is getting worse in our society too. Have you noticed how many places now refuse cash? Some stadiums, certain retail stores, even some restaurants are going cashless. For people who live on cash, this creates a real problem, and the elimination of Social Security paper checks just makes it worse. If you're currently receiving paper checks, here's exactly what you need to do, and you need to do it soon. The government is giving you two options to continue receiving your benefits. Option number one is direct deposit. This means your Social Security payment goes directly into your bank account every month. To set this up, you can call the federal agency responsible for your payments, but be very careful about which phone number you use. Always verify the number on the official Treasury Department website before calling, because scammers are already taking advantage of this transition. You can also enroll online at godirect.gov. That's godirect.gov. Or you can contact the Electronic Payment Solutions Center directly. The process is usually straightforward if you have a bank account and the required information. But what if you don't have a bank account? That's where option number 2 comes in. The Treasury Department offers what they call a sponsored debit card. This is specifically designed for people who don't have traditional bank accounts but still need to receive government payments electronically. Here's how the debit card works. Instead of your payment going to a bank account, it goes onto this prepaid debit card. You can then use the card to make purchases, withdraw cash from ATMs, or even get cash back at certain stores. It's not perfect, but it does give you access to your money without requiring a bank account. Now, I need to warn you about something critical during this transition. Scammers are everywhere, and they're specifically targeting Social Security beneficiaries right now. These criminals know that people are confused about the changes, and they're exploiting that confusion. Here's how the scams typically work. You'll get a phone call from someone claiming to be from Social Security or the Treasury Department. They'll tell you that you need to update your payment information immediately or you'll lose your benefits. Then they'll ask for your Social Security number, bank account information, or other personal details. Do not fall for this. The real Social Security Administration will never call you out of the blue asking for this kind of information. If you get one of these calls, hang up immediately. Here's what you should do instead. Always verify contact information on official government websites before calling anyone. Never give personal information to someone who contacts you first. If someone claims to be from SSA and you're not sure, tell them you'll call back, then look up the official number yourself and call that. The safest approach is to handle everything through official channels. Use the verified websites, call verified phone numbers, and when in doubt, visit your local Social Security office in person if you need help. Now let me tell you about the bigger picture here, because the elimination of paper checks is just the beginning of a massive transformation in how Social Security operates. The SSA is moving all of their communications to their online portal system. This means that soon, if you want to access any official documents or notices, you'll need to log in to their website. Your annual tax statements, notifications about benefit changes, letters about cost of living adjustments, all of this will only be available online. For many people, this actually makes sense. Electronic delivery is faster, more secure, and you can't lose important documents in the mail. You can log in anytime, anywhere, and access your information immediately. You can also print documents at home if you need hard copies. But this creates new challenges too. What about people who don't have reliable internet access? What about those who aren't comfortable navigating websites? What about individuals with disabilities that make computer use difficult? The government says they're aware of these issues and will provide accommodations for people who truly cannot access electronic systems. However, their clear goal is to minimize paper communications as much as possible. They want almost everyone using the digital system. This raises some serious concerns about accessibility and fairness. Are we leaving behind the people who most need government support? People who are homeless, elderly, disabled, or simply not tech-savvy might find themselves cut off from critical information about their benefits. Let me give you some perspective on just how big this change really is. We're not just talking about Social Security, this is part of a government-wide push toward digital operations. Other agencies are making similar changes, and this trend is likely to accelerate. The people pushing for these changes argue that it's about efficiency and cost savings, and they're right about the cost savings. Electronic systems are much cheaper to operate than paper-based systems. They're also potentially more secure, since checks can't be stolen from mailboxes, and electronic records are easier to track and manage. But efficiency isn't everything. There's something to be said for having physical documents you can hold, file away, and access without needing a computer or internet access. There's also the reality that not everyone in America has equal access to technology or the skills to use it effectively. The political implications here are significant too. This transition is happening under the current administration, but future policy changes could affect how benefits are delivered. Beneficiaries need to stay informed about potential shifts in government policy that could impact their payments and communications. So, what should you do right now to prepare for this new era of Social Security? Let me give you a complete action plan. First, if you're currently receiving paper checks, don't wait. Set up direct deposit or get the Treasury debit card immediately. The
longer you wait, the more likely you are to experience a disruption in your payments. Second, create an account on the Social Security Administration's website if you don't already have one. This is where you'll access all your documents and communications going forward. Get familiar with the system now while you still have paper backups of everything. Third, make sure the SSA has your current contact information, including your email address. If they're moving to electronic communications, you want to make sure they can reach you. Fourth, print or save electronic documents for your records. Just because everything is going digital doesn't mean you can't keep physical copies for your files. Download and print important documents like tax statements and benefit letters. Fifth, monitor your bank account or debit card statements regularly to make sure your payments are coming through correctly. Electronic systems usually work great, but problems can happen, and you want to catch them quickly. If you're not comfortable with technology, don't try to handle this alone.
Ask family members or friends for help setting up online accounts and electronic payments. Many libraries and senior centers offer free internet access and assistance with online tasks. Some even have programs specifically designed to help people navigate government websites. For those with disabilities, contact the Social Security Administration directly to ask about support services and accommodations. They are required to provide reasonable accommodations for people who need them. Here's something else to keep in mind. This is probably just the first wave of changes. As technology continues to evolve, we can expect further modifications in how Social Security and other government benefits are delivered. Staying informed and adaptable will be crucial. The elimination of paper checks and letters represents a fundamental shift in how the government operates. It reflects broader changes in our society toward digital systems and away from traditional paper-based processes. While this brings advantages like cost savings, speed, and potentially better security, it also creates new challenges for people who aren't ready or able to make the digital transition. The key is to be proactive. Don't wait for problems to develop. Take action now to ensure you can continue receiving your benefits without interruption. Get set up with electronic payments, familiarize yourself with the online portal, and make sure you understand how to access your information in the new system. Remember, your Social Security benefits are earned benefits. You've paid into the system and you deserve to receive your payments reliably and securely. Don't let bureaucratic changes or technology barriers stand in the way of getting what's rightfully yours. The most important thing right now is to act quickly. The end of this month is coming fast, and once paper checks stop, there's no going back. Make sure you're ready for this transition and help any family members or friends who might need assistance. This change affects millions of Americans, and the more prepared we all are, the smoother this transition will be. Stay informed, stay vigilant against scams, and don't hesitate to seek help if you need it. If this information helped you understand what's happening with Social Security payments, please hit that like button and subscribe to Financial Area for more updates on changes that affect your financial security. We'll keep monitoring the situation and let you know about any new developments that could impact your benefits. Your financial security is too important to leave to chance. Stay informed, take action, and make sure you're prepared for whatever changes come next.